What was supposed to be a sweet birthday turned into something way more dramatic. Joss showed up for Gawin's special day, like always, but fans, they showed up with ships, ghost ships, and when a certain photo went viral, Joss didn't just raise an eyebrow, he started asking questions, not just to Gawin but to the fans themselves. So what really happened behind Gawin's birthday, and why did Joss sound genuinely mad? Let's dive into the celebration that turned into a shipping storm. Gawin turned 28 and he didn't spend the day quietly. Instead, he chose to celebrate surrounded by the people who love him most. His fans.it was a heartwarming fan event filled with cheers, gifts, and happy tears. But let's be honest, everyone was wondering, will he be there? And of course he was. Joss showed up, because when it comes to Gawin, Joss never misses. Whether it's on stage, backstage, or even surprise appearance, Joss always finds a way to be part of Gawin's special days, and that alone already had fans screaming. But then came the photo, one of the fan-prepared images used during the celebration, and word is, Joss had a say in choosing it. That photo, Gawin, looking like he's sailing through the fog on a ghost ship. Yap, a ghost ship edit, mysterious, dreamy, and oddly romantic. And the moment it dropped, social media exploded. It got reposted, remixed, reinterpreted, Twitter was flooded, people started ghost shipping Gawin with Joss, with others, and beyond. It stopped being a fan event. It became a shipping battlefield. Joss wasn't silent. In fact, he talked about it. Not behind the scenes. Publicly. Joss said, "So while I was in Singapore. What exactly happened here? That photo, why did it go viral all over X? And why are there thousands of ships suddenly setting sail?" He didn't sound amused. He sounded genuinely confused and slightly annoyed. And fans could feel it. It wasn't just a joke to him. It was a situation, a ghost ship situation that he definitely didn't approve of. To many fans, that ghost ship edit was just harmless fun. But to Joss, it wasn't funny. It wasn't romantic. It wasn't even flattering. Joss doesn't like ghost ships, those vague pairings where people imagine a relationship that isn't real, where feelings are speculated, edited, and assumed. And especially when his genuine friendship with Gawin gets turned into something just for content, it clearly bothers him. He's always been respectful. He supports Gawin openly, but he doesn't want fans turning that support into a ghost story. There's one thing that made it even worse. Fans calling their dynamic just friends in a teasing way, as if they were hiding something. As if friend meant something more, or something just doesn't like being put in that box either. He doesn't like being used for attention, and definitely doesn't like it when it's Gawin involved, because to Joss, this friendship is real, it's important, and fans playing around with it in the form of ghost ships, that's crossing a line. Behind the smiles and fan service moments, Joss was clearly holding something in, and this time, he let it slip out. He wasn't joking. He wasn't smiling. He was confronting it head on. You could hear it in his voice, the sarcasm, the frustration. He was asking questions not just as a joke but to make a point, and that point was loud and clear. This is not that kind of narrative I'm okay with. He may not have named names, but the message, it reached everyone. Some fans started wondering, was this really just about a ghost ship photo, or was Joss already feeling this way for a long time? Maybe it wasn't just one picture. Maybe it was the buildup of months of teasing, theories, and re-edits. friendship being twisted into something for views, support being turned into storyline, and deep down, Joss may have had enough, because when you care about someone you don't want people turning that into something shallow. Meanwhile, what about Gawin? Did he say anything? Did he react? Well, no official comments, but fans noticed. Gawin didn't repost the photo. He didn't laugh at the Ghostship joke. He stayed quiet. Maybe out of respect. Maybe because he understood Joss, or maybe he knew this wasn't something small. Sometimes, silence speaks louder than words. In the end, this moment wasn't just about memes, edits, or exposts.it revealed something deeper. Joss cares about how fans see their bond. He wants it to be respected, not romanticized for entertainment. And his reaction ?it wasn't for drama.it was to draw a clear line not just for himself, but for Gawin too, because when something matters to you, you protect it. After Joss voiced his frustration, something changed in the fandom. Laughter turned into reflection. Was the joke too much? Some fans began deleting their Ghostship edits, others apologized in subtle ways, switching captions from playful to respectful, and fan forums lit up with new conversations. Have we gone too far? Did we forget they're real people with real emotions? This moment wasn't just about boundaries.it became a turning point. Behind the scenes, no one knows what conversation happened between Joss and Gawin, but you can feel it, that quiet understanding between them. Joss didn't call Gawin out. He didn't blame him. Instead, he addressed the noise around them, the speculation, the edits, the fantasies. And Gawin, he didn't defend the fans. He didn't push back. He simply stayed by Joss's side. Silent support, loyal as always, because sometimes protecting your bond means saying nothing and just being there. In a world full of ships and make-believe love stories, Joss and Gawin's bond remains something rare, real. They laugh. They support each other. They show up when it matters. But they also draw lines. They don't want their connection turned into a scripted drama, because the truth is already enough. The way they look at each other, tease each other, and stay constant, that's already beautiful. So maybe we don't need ghost ships. Maybe all we need is to respect the real story already unfolding. In the world of BL, it's easy to blur lines between fiction and reality, fan service and true connection. Sometimes we forget where the boundary lies, but Joss reminded us. He reminded us that real friendships deserve real respect, and Gawin's quiet support, that spoke louder than any statement ever could. So next time we watch them laugh, tease, or look at each other with that familiar closeness, let's remember, not everything needs to be turned into a fantasy. Sometimes, what's real is already more beautiful than any ship we could imagine. Let us know in the comments, did you notice the shift after Gawin's birthday ?Do you think Joss did the right thing by speaking up? And if you want more honest deep dives into your favorite thaibl pairs, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon, because around here, we talk about the truth behind the timeline.